Look there of downtown Cincinnati, kind of a dreary day. Luckily, a lot of that fog, though, has lifted out of the area. We'll check in with our Ethan Emery on that weekend forecast and then a nice look to opening day as well. Well, 2 years ago, Congress and the FAA created a Women in Aviation Advisory Board. They were tasked to find out how more women could get involved in aviation careers and discovered the industry is severely lacking. So joining us this morning is Amy Spowart. She is the president and CEO of the National Aviation Hall of Fame to talk about those findings and solutions. So Amy, first of all, thank you so much for joining us in studio.
No, it's my pleasure.
I know you said you're super passionate about this, which I love, and I could tell your excitement when you and I were just talking off air. But the board finally just released the recommendations to the FAA and Congress on how to get more women in the industry. So talk to us about some of those solutions, the findings, and what they plan on doing from here on out.
Sure. I mean, it was actually brilliant by the Secretary of Transportation. Take 30 aviation leaders from across the country, from nonprofits like mine, but aviation and aerospace, associations, military, institutions of higher learning, shake them all up and say, here's a problem, what are you going to do? And at first we were a little bit like, but then once we got focused, we really got our hands into the meat of the matter and really discovered that what we have is a systemic change. And aviation was founded in our great state over 100 years ago, and it was a system designed for men to succeed. And that's not saying that's a bad thing, it's just saying that it was created in a way that women weren't really thought of whenever it started. So what we did was recognize culture change and opportunities to incorporate women into what's a dynamic and growing field.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. Like you said, times have changed,
That's right.
So things are different, more women interested in getting into the aviation industry, which is amazing in itself. And I want to talk about some success stories for you, because we have them here in the tri-state. So what are some of those?
Sure, I would love to. The three biggest barriers to women are the recruitment, retention, and advancement of women in aviation and aerospace. So if we look at something like recruitment, we recognize that girls need to be, they need to see aviation before the age of 10.
Wow.
So here at the National Aviation Hall of Fame, founded and based in the great state of Ohio, we've come up with an elementary age curriculum. And Governor DeWine likes it so much that he's putting it in front of every elementary school student in the great state of Ohio. We are the first, and it will help us remain the leader in aviation and aerospace. And in terms of retention, that means that once girls are in aviation, we see them leave very quickly once they have a family, because there's not enough family leave policy. So you have somebody like Candace McGraw, who is the CEO of Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Airport, and she is leading the way. She is knocking the nation dead with crazy with growth and excitement. Cool. So she's inspiring that next generation. And then somebody like Jean Leyden-Rogers from GE Aviation, who retired with over 30 years experience and was in control of billions of dollars, and she made it her mission to help with professional development, sponsorship, advocacy for those girls coming up through the ranks behind her. So
I love to hear that. I mean, those success stories, and then these girls, these young girls, like you said, under the age of 10, needing to get introduced to this at a young age. If families are interested, if maybe somebody sitting at home is interested in all of this, where can they go for more information? Well,
FAA.gov is housing this, but we're only just starting getting our 55 recommendations known across the country. You're going to see us everywhere, and we're going to make this industry more sustainable, more profitable, more safe, more innovative by expanding the talent pool.
I love it. Amy, thank you so much for coming on. This was such an interesting topic that I don't think a lot of people knew about, and now they do. So there you go.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Well, hey, let's go ahead and send things over to our Ethan Emery, who has a look at just some of that fog that maybe is lingering here and there.